2.5 months is all you need to flip your football career around. And well, that's all you have left before 2026 arrives. But let's be honest, most of you are probably in the exact same position today as you were in the beginning of this year. Heck, you were probably in the exact same position today as you were in the beginning of last year. And no, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, so you're not going to magically sign your first pro contract on January 1st. But you can go from the bench to the starting 11. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how. Here's what I know about you. In the beginning of this year, you probably made all these promises to yourself. You were going to train 2 times a day. You were going to start going to the gym consistently. You were going to run a 3K in 12 minutes. You were supposed to hit a top speed of 33 kilometers per hour. But now it's October and all of that has been washed down the drain. But don't get offended. Now that you know exactly where you've been slacking, you'll also find out how to actually fix that. I'm sound asleep on my very plush bed with grey cotton sheets. The alarm goes off in the morning and I turn around to look for my phone to turn it off. I unlock my phone and my eyes seared from the brightness, causing me to look away. As my vision adjusted, I look at the time and it says 7:15 in the morning. It was time to wake up, and on any other day, I would have known exactly what to work on. But today, nothing came to mind. So I turned the alarm off and I told myself 5 more minutes without setting another alarm. The most dangerous game you can play in the morning. Because the next I woke up, it was 9:30 in the morning. Now the reason I'm telling you this is because you're not lazy. You just don't have anything large enough to live for. Like in the story I just told you, I turned the alarm off not because I didn't want to work out, but because I didn't have a workout plan for the day. Or sometimes I only have one workout plan for the day, and so I know that I can push it to the evening and get it done then. And with most things in life, that's what most people do. You get distracted not because you cannot focus, but because you have nothing to focus on. That leaves room for a lot of unplanned things to happen, which then leaves you with no time. Someone once said that a focused fool can achieve more than a distracted genius. He who has a plan in place would naturally get more done because there's a direction to follow. In my own words, you're not lazy, you just don't have anything to look forward to. The concept of time blocks is so important to so many people because it allows them to set time and to look forward to those things during those time blocks. But ultimately, blocking out your calendar also means blocking out your distractions so that nothing can fill that time, which will then take you away from your goals. When you have nothing to look forward to, everything outside of your control becomes something to look forward to. So how do you make sure that you have something to look forward to? The easiest way to do this is to plan ahead, either the night before or on the weekend. Find a piece of paper, take out a notebook, or better still, find a calendar. Write down the workouts that you want to complete for each day and keep this in the place where you can see in the morning. When you wake up, make sure you check that note. Look at the promises that the past version of you has made to the future version of you. Does the present version of you love yourself enough to keep those promises? I hope so. Once you've done that workout or you're done for the day, cross it out. Allow yourself to have the satisfaction that you have done something to move the needle in the right direction. But that would be impossible to do if you let this next thing dictate how you approach your day. See, the thing is, you probably confuse motion for progress. You think that by watching tutorials or reading books, you're headed in the right direction. After all, you can't have too much of knowledge. Or can you? Because like learning how to swim, there's only so much that books and tutorials can teach you. There will come a point where you will just have to dive in head first and keep yourself afloat. And the biggest barrier that's standing in your way of taking action is your emotions. As humans, we are very emotional people. And most of the time, these emotions get in the way of our day-to-day lives. You don't feel like doing something because you've had a bad day, or you want to skip a workout because you've had an argument at work. Whatever feelings you feel in the moment or after, they are valid. You are allowed to let them flow. But you don't have the right to let them dictate your actions. Your actions should align with your values and not your feelings. The things you do and the person you claim to be need to be reflected within the values that you carry. If you were a world-class athlete, you'd value training, a good diet, enough sleep, and even a good recovery session. But if you've had a bad day and you allow yourself to indulge in junk food and also skip a workout, all of a sudden you're allowing your feelings to take over and your values are not as strong. Sure, a training session done in the morning can be completed in the evening, but the point is, do it. Not doing it signals that your feelings have more control over your actions than your values do. And this is dangerous. Because if there is someone out there who can manipulate your feelings, they can also control your actions. And because they are your actions, you'll have to pay the price for it. But like with everything, there's a solution for this too. Pick one non negotiable for the day. No matter what happens, you will complete this. Come hell or high water, you have to get this done. It might be a workout, it might be eating the right food, it might even be a 15-minute stretching routine. Pick one thing that regardless whether or not you get anything else on your to-do list done, you will get this one thing definitely done. This will help you build momentum, and it will also give you a small victory that you can carry forward onto the next day and keep that momentum going. You don't need a life-changing decision. You just need these tiny decisions that will stack up over a 10-year period, which will then change your life. Now, over the next 3 months, I don't know if you'll achieve the goals that you have set out for yourself. But I do know that if you follow the steps in this video, you will go into 2026 not just as a better athlete, but also as a better human. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.